Hello there, this is OneUpIndie and I wanted to give you a review of a pretty sweet game. Maybe you already heard of it because it's almost 1 year old. It's called, you can read it, Shakedown, How, Why, and that game is just amazing because first of all the aesthetics are pretty sweet. So this is pixel art in its finest. It has lots of love. If you can see this, it was released 2019 in May, so because it was an Epic exclusive, maybe there were some people who didn't get to play it because they prefer the Steam store, but in a few months, on the May of 7th, it will be released, at least I think, in the Steam store. And what is this all about? Well, basically it is one of those old school, or it's reminiscent of GTA 1 and 2, and basically what you do, you are kind of a rundown businessman, crime lord, or whatever you want to call it, and this guy is quite creative concerning how to get his money. So basically what you start off is, first of all, let's go with some petty crimes, and then later on you just go into bigger ones, and your goal is just to become filthy rich with some really, let's call that questionable actions, which are just funny to read and see because they have some impact how much money you are having. So for example here, this is just how they present their in-between cutscenes, and I must say, whoever came up with those storylines, I love them because it's all the time entertaining. It is great. For example, what the hell am I doing here? Okay, so this is one of the cutscenes. Okay, so as you can see, this is yeah, perfect, yeah. So these are one of the mini games you can play in through because this game is packed with lots of content. Yeah, some other stuff, blah 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 blah. All of that, and then ingredients. So these are steroids. What the hell? Okay. So what you just basically do in this game, you well, once again are this crime lord, and from start off you are pretty pathetic because, well, you just been drinking margaritas and doing nothing, and then later on you become more and more creative, and the storyline just kept me playing this game because most of the games, for example in GTA, I was always bored, and therefore I just went out, took a bazooka and went on a sweet rampage. And this is just basically because I could never get through those missions because they were boring. But here, wow, I just love the way the game does that because they are interesting. You always do something really questionable, but it's always intriguing and funny, and therefore you're just looking out to do some other stuff. And one thing which I've seen is a complaint which I really don't understand is that the games were just, people were just saying, hey, the game is too easy. But in my opinion, it's definitely alright. The main focus is just to get filthy rich and do some things. So for example, what am I doing? How cheap the ingredients is. So what you see here is, for example, one of the things you can scam people. So for example, one of the other missions is when your cola brand is not running right, you just rebrand it with Gamer Cola, and then you pretty much failed in the attempt because people find out this guy who is promoting it is not a gamer. So just funny stuff. And then for example later on you just fill up half of those cans so you can actually scam the people and just give them and sell them air. So just crazy stuff, which I don't know who got those ideas, but there are so many references to well, scammy tactics which actually are being used by bigger corporations. So if you catch the wink from this game, lots of fun stuff, but presented in a neat way. So for example here you will just laugh, but if you see real life, yeah, some of the stuff is actually happening. So this is one of the things. And for example here you have a Monopoly style map in Hawaii. No, what is this? Here we go. And there, this is where the second focus of the game is. You just buy properties or you shake down people, so you get a, you call that here a subscription, but it's just basically like a mugging, and then, well, okay, people pay for you protection money. So this is one of the other things. This is how you get from a pretty relatively poor guy to owning the whole city, because you basically just buy up all the stuff. Of course, there's been one little thing where people just said, okay, you become a billionaire quite fast in this game, and then money has no real value, because you just buy up more properties, and at some point, well, you owe everything. So basically you own everything, and then there's nothing to do. This is definitely a valid point, but in my opinion, I guess this just makes it great, and therefore you just keep on playing. So if your focus is that you have like some sort of RPG mechanics, well, this is not part of the game. Here is just to get rich, see the really pretty cool storyline, and yeah, just in the end you have the whole Hawaii to you, because, well, it is yours. And then of course you can mug people if you like. This is just chump change. So for example, you can still rob people here, as you can see, a few coins, but you get at some timer, you get always your rent from your properties which you own here. So this is just for in between, so you got something to do. And for example, you can just interact with lots of things. You got lots of weapons, so you can play around with. So the shooting aspects and all that stuff, extremely forgiving, and, well, easy to pull through. So for example, you can actually jump on people, which is just definitely fun. So you can do the Mario style here. You can just rob people, just destroy your competition, and so on and so on. So tons of things to do in this game. So what is the great point? So just to round it up, well, the good point is tons of content, tons of content. So you will be playing this game for quite a while. If you like, you can just hop in to get some some storylines, or you just do some tasks if you like, to shake down people, rob people. You can do lots of things if you like. You can do those petty crimes all the time, even though maybe they are not too profitable, and basically you have no bad thing. For example, even if you get killed here, well, you get respawned. This is just basically it. Then you get some challenge rooms and lots of stuff you can do. So pretty cool stuff. The game is easy in that regard, but I guess this is not what the focus of the game is. It's just pure unadulterated fun for everybody, and the storyline, I guess, is the most important one, and this is just basically it. So don't expect like a super tough game or something like this, because that's not the main focus of it. So here you just go around, mess if you like. You can go on rampages, you can go steal some stuff. For example, you can go into this place here and then steal if you like. Maybe not now, after the cops are following me inside here. Come on, what is this? Flamethrower? Okay, bad idea. Now I am on fire. So this is one of the weapons you shouldn't be using, because you die pretty fast. So these are the other things. Then the greatest thing, which is in my opinion a 10 out of 10, because most games just have a really boring story. You are the hero, and I don't know, you go into a cellar and you help somebody by, I don't know, killing 10 big rats or something like this. You know, this is just cookie cutter stuff, and it's being done so many times, it's just annoying, and therefore most of the games still do that. I'm not sure why they do it. I guess because it works, but this is just pointless task. But here this storyline actually kept me playing, which is definitely a great thing, because most games don't do this. So this is one of those unicorns. So this is definitely a high recommendation from my side, because, well, the storyline just kept me from playing and continuing and wanting to see how that thing actually ends, because those ways how the protagonist, actually there are three, so this rundown businessman, then his son, then some amigo, which is doing oversees some let's call it actions. Yeah, it just kept me on my toes, because I wanted to know how the story unfolds. So this is pretty good stuff. And the other thing, the game feel is pretty good. So the game looks good, it feels pretty sweet, it feels decent. There's scissor you. So yeah, so you actually get some troll weapons here, so this is actually fun too. yeah, and you will enjoy it. Besides that, of course, one of the negative things, but in my opinion just minor, at some point you are so filthy rich, you really don't have anything to do besides buying even more properties and scaling up more and more and more, and you're becoming richer and richer at the process. So basically this is a monopoly by its finest. So if you like this kind of stuff, you will definitely enjoy it, because well, this SimCity style monopoly which you're having here, for example, you can just go and let's go in here. So let's do that with the mouse. No, and we can just buy that. Can we not buy it? Please. Okay, so sometimes you can buy it. I'm not sure why I couldn't do that now. Never mind, you just buy up stuff, shake down people, rob them, do some petty crimes, do some other crimes, get some multipliers, which are the funny thing. So the later you go into your game, the more multipliers you can actually put on your properties. So how was that? Let's go, for example, here to zoom in and buy that. No, we cannot buy this. How about here? No. Oh, come on. I want to buy something. Here we go. Buy. So now we bought it. Now we can actually buy. Here we go. Then we can put in some multipliers which you're getting through the game. So this is pretty cool stuff. Yeah. So what you see, for example, clickbait you can put in, or you can do some gift cards and all that stuff, and this is being explained in the game beautifully, how this is just basically scamming people out of their money, and these are kind of business strategies what you see in real life, but still cool stuff, made in a very humorous, unadulterated way, just absolutely great. This game is just pure fun for single player, because I guess it doesn't have any multiplayer. And yeah, and of course the other minor thing was that this game was too easy, but I don't think it this way, because maybe this is a thing you want to have, like super challenging gameplay and so on, but nah, this is just fun, enjoying stuff, seeing the campaign, getting filthy rich in the process, and just wreaking havoc through the city. Yeah, and this is just basically it. So if you haven't checked out this game in the Epic Store, because maybe you don't want to do that in the Epic Store, well, you can maybe check it out when you are, yeah, we can actually do a shakedown, suspect no, yeah, okay, protection, blah 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 blah. Okay, so now I need to shake up the competition outside, and then, well, we get a subscription from this guy here. Or sometimes you just destroy their, yeah, we're killed. So not too easy as it seems. Well, you will definitely enjoy it. Just check it out if you haven't. And I'm done here. Have a good one. One up, Indie.